Okay, welcome everybody to our team call for Hustle and Grind. We are so excited. There's so much awesome stuff going on today. We have a lot of exciting things to share in terms of promotions, a lot of awesome things going on in our team, and we've got another great guest speaker this week. So I just want to welcome our guest tonight. I see we have Jesse, who's our guest speaker, Team Takeover. We've got Victor Glide from Team Glide. So welcome, guys, along with our Hustle and Grind team. We're so happy to have you. I want to start this week, like we do every week, with really acknowledging those people that have already put their names on our Success Club doc, have already gotten their names on the leaderboard. First, I want to start with Ashley Angelo. She has 1 coach, 2 Success Club points. Anthony Daniello, 1 coach, 2 Success Club points. So that's awesome. Keep that up. But like we always say, it's not just about the points that matter. It's also about the other things that people are doing every day that matter as well. So I want to take a minute to acknowledge some people that may not have been recognized in the Success Club document, but we're still doing awesome things. So super, super special shout out to Ashley D, because she just had a baby a couple weeks ago, and she is totally back in the game, rocking it with her program. She was brave enough to share her before and after pics, and Ashley, you look incredibly amazing. So congratulations to you, and thank you for sharing that with everyone. Also want to shout out Erin. Erin, I know it was a struggle for you. You were not sure, not comfortable yet, and sharing where you're at, but you put yourself out there anyway, and that was so awesome. Your progress is amazing, girl. So good job being brave and getting out of your comfort zone. We're so proud of you for that. We also, at kind of a last minute type thing, had an Emerald push group, and we had 8 people say, you know what, I'm in it, and I wanna get to Emerald by today. And we had about 8 people that were totally motivated. So thank you to everyone that participated in that. It was awesome. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a sec, but wanted to thank you guys for just being ready to go in that moment. So that brings me to the next, like, super, super exciting thing. We did have a winner come out of our Emerald push group, and that is Ashley Angelo. She earned her Emerald promotion this week. Yay, Ashley. So not only did she earn her Emerald promotion, but she earned $100, and she earned a Hustle and Grind shirt, which I'm wearing very proudly tonight. So congratulations, Ashley. That was awesome. So happy for you. Another very exciting promotion we have is Anthony Daniello made his promotion to Diamond rank. So Anthony is Steph's husband, for those of you who don't know. And he is such an amazing guy. He works so hard. He's always coming and going, and he's such a huge supporter of this team and of Steph, obviously. And so this is a huge, huge deal for Ant. So congratulations, Ant. Really, really happy for you. And then the biggest shout out of the week really has to go to Steph. Putting on the spot for earning her 2-star promotion. So I know this is something that Steph has worked so hard for, and it's so well deserved. And I can't say enough good things about you and your work ethic. And you're
right.
You're gonna cry. It's fine. But I think that what you do is show us that you are part of it, and doing so humbly, and just showing up every single day, no matter what you're going through. You've given us a total example to strive for. So thank you, Steph, and congratulations. Okay.
We'll press over.
So other things happening beyond the promotions. We were really inspired by you guys in the Emerald Push group, and we decided that obviously a message stream put together over a couple of days isn't going to be enough, and we want to support those people that are ready to advance their business and open their business center. So beginning on August 10th, which is Monday, we're starting an Emerald Push group on Facebook. So this is giving you really significant training and how to advance to Emerald and open your business center. So look out for that. We're going to be announcing that more in detail tomorrow. So anyone that was in that group and new coaches that sign on are welcome to participate in that and really encouraged to do so. We also are having a team get together next Thursday. So that's a week from today. We're going to be doing something kind of different. We're going to be doing a get together at my house for anyone that's local. So everyone can come over around 6. We'll eat some food. Maybe we'll size it up or do some sort of fit club. And then we're going to kind of do a live Zoom call. We have another guest speaker next week, Ashley Cerisi, who's on our bigger Aspire team in the same way that Jesse and Victor are. So she's going to be talking to us about letting go of excuses and not blaming your upline. So that's another great call to be on. So if you're local, my house is open to you, and we'll post more about that, but take a look at that. The other big thing going on is that it's Team Cup. So I know a bunch of you are on a Team Cup team, which is awesome. We talked last week about why that's important. They posted in some of our leadership pages about the incentives going on beyond just the prizes. If you're a top Team Cup point earner this week, you get a Zoom call, a live Zoom call with Autumn. Next week, if you're the top Team Cup point earner, it's with Carl. And in the third week, if you're a top Team Cup point earner, it's with Jeff Hill. So those are amazing incentives on top of already what they've offered us. So get with your team and boost up your points so you can get on those calls. That would be so cool. What a great opportunity. The other couple of things I want to mention before we get into what our call is about tonight is, again, to kind of look back at your Shakeology website. One of the biggest things that we learned about at Summit was how we really can't downplay the importance of Shakeology to our customers. And we have this other website, and we pay for it with our coach fee, and it's filled with such great information. So learning as much about Shakeology as Darren O'Lean knows is really what our job needs to be about, our focus and priority needs to be about. So consider that as part of your professional development, learning about Shakeology. That is our bread and butter. That is our lifeblood as coaches. That keeps us active, that keeps us healthy, that keeps our people healthy. So definitely invest in time in that. Other thing to look into is on our Hustle and Grind page, I posted some social media do's and don'ts. I know that's a huge thing that we've been talking about as a team, branding, social media. It's a great document. Check it out. I know a lot of you have been really trying to focus on your posts, which is great. And there have been such great posts this week. So check that out and keep going with it. And last announcement is our book of the month is The Compound Effect, which I know a bunch of you have started reading already. This is such an impactful book. If you haven't gotten it already, it's obviously not too late. It's only the beginning of August. So please get The Compound Effect and join in with us on a discussion about it because it will help change your mindset and change your business. So I'm done with my spiel for now. I'm going to pass it over to Steph to introduce our guest speaker.
Yes, guys, tonight we have Jesse Miller on, and he is friggin' awesome. And I have his bio right here, so don't mind me. I'm going to be reading off of this because it's super legit. It's legit. So Jesse Miller, 1-star qualifying coach, very soon 2-star. Jesse, you got me? I'm 2-star today.
There you go.
All right. He makes it his business to reach Success Club 10 each month. Jesse's passion for helping others reaches beyond just Beachbody. He's an OR scrub nurse by trade who works closely with doctors in surgery as a sales rep to ensure that patients are given the best quality support. Jesse's journey with Beachbody began when he found himself overweight at 226 pounds, feeling depressed and beaten. He's discovered T25 and lost 42 pounds in 60 days. he's approached by his coach about the coaching opportunity, and despite being reluctant, he decided to sign on for the discounts, especially since he had already fallen in love with Beachbody programs. He decided he was going all in, developed all in. I mean, Jesse's all in. He went,
it's an understatement.
We'll get to that. But he, especially since he had already fallen in love, and he developed and executed a game plan and has never looked back. He reached Emerald in one day. Everyone hear that? One day. Because he understood the importance of opening a business center right away and got rolling with his first challenge group, which has been so successful. One of his challengers is his sister-in-law, who had an incredibly powerful and life-changing transformation and reached Diamond in 30 days, as Jesse advanced to 1-star Diamond in just 9 weeks. So guys, it is possible. Jesse is living proof. He's right there in the flesh. Jesse has incredible leadership qualities. He leads his team. He's an amazing success. He believes in the power of consistency as the key to achieving anything you want. So guys, please, please, please pay attention to this guy. He is legit, like I said. So, Jesse.
Right. Everybody take out a notebook and start writing notes.
I did. I took lots of notes.
Oh, look at you laying down, Victor. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Amy, Stephanie. More than overwhelmed, but I am so appreciative of you guys, and thank you for having me on the call. I'm going to try to share some good tips here. Hopefully you can take some value away from some of this. I'll kind of share a little bit of my story. Obviously, Steph did a better job than I probably will do. So let me just kind of sum it up a little bit and kind of tell you where I am at this point, and then I'll tell you some good tips to kind of help you guys along the way. So just kind of listen up, and we'll go from here. Basically, it's like Stephanie said in the intro there. I was overweight. I just didn't want to, get off my couch. I have my little recliner, and I just sit down there and I'd play in video games and watch TV and get fat, and then it started getting to me. I started having chest pains and things like that. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor gave me basically told me I was fat too. So, so at that point, it was either, continue living that way or, not continue living. As we get older, our bodies change. We develop things like diabetes and things like that, which can cause a lot of problems. Not to mention, what it does to your family. Not only affects you, but it affects your family, what these things do to you guys. So, that's why it was so important to me to try to change that. So, when, I got home, my wife just told me, because she had been doing Insanity like twice already. I had bought P90X. You buy these things, you don't do it. You're like, I'll get around to it. And then you try it and you're like, I can't do it. I'm too fat. And, it just one thing after another. Life gets in the way. So, as we started moving on, she basically talked me into getting T25 at that point. It just started coming out on TV. I said, it's only 25 minutes. I might be able to do that and keep my wife off my back. If I just did something for 25 minutes, who knows what's going to happen. So I did that. I started doing it, and it was hard at first. I hurt every day. And, I just kept pushing play. As soon as I get home from work, I walk right in, I turn it on, and I just keep going because I knew as soon as I sat down in my recliner, I wouldn't do it. So I had to get it done. And after some time went by, I started losing weight. I could see it falling off really fast. And so after, the last 30 days, I went from 226 pounds, I think it was down to 175. So it was like 40 something pounds. So maybe 78, but at that point I saw myself differently. I had more energy. My cholesterol was down. My cholesterol was like 250, and just through working out and eating less. I used the Fitness Pal at the time, And, through eating less, I got my cholesterol down too. So, I just got healthier. And then, at that point, I started running a little bit, and I just happened to be running down the street, and my neighbor, who is my coach, Jean, stopped me and asked me what I was doing. And I told her, and she's obviously I'm running, but, she said she knew that I had been doing Beachbody and saw that, I was working out and stuff again. So she basically talked me into listening to her and maybe, checking out the business. And so, so I did. But I told her, I said, listen, if I do this, I'm all in or I'm not doing it. That's just how I am when it comes to things like this. And I lock in and I do things. But with a lot of things we try to do, we give up after a certain amount of time if they don't work. So I told her, I said, if I'm all in, I need you to be all in as my coach. Well, and I'm going to go over this later about being a leader. But, at that time, I saw her as, the way to grow my business. If I did this, I needed her to be on board to help me grow. Well, that was the wrong approach. It's up to us how we grow our business. And, it's up to us how we become leaders, and we can't rely on our upline to help us do this. So, but this is the thing I didn't know at the time. I just knew that this was a multi-level deal, and, I needed her to help me, and I told her to put me on the strong leg and make sure that, I'm ready to go. And so I did. She said she did. But, as I got into it, I started doing everything everybody else was doing. I was doing the inviting people to an opportunity versus the challenge groups. Well, honestly, for me, it wasn't a good fit. And that's what this has to come down to. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight also, is finding what works for you and making that successful for you versus trying to do what everybody else is doing and not having success. But the key is figuring out that early before allowing it to keep going. And that's what I did. So, I started doing it. I went through probably about 30 people that I knew at that time. I didn't have many people on Facebook. I'm a guy. We don't get on Facebook very much. I had a Facebook account forever, but it was more for just business stuff that I did in the past. So I didn't really, focus on that. And I had a bunch of weird people on my Facebook page. I didn't even know. It was just people that liked me, and I liked them or friended them back just to friend them, just to get them off my thing. So, I had a few people that I knew, and then basically I tried to talk to them, and they shut me down quick. They're like, what the heck are you doing? I'm sending out these scripts. It's not working. Nothing's working, guys. So, I got a hold of Tommy Migrant. Tommy Migrant and I go back a little way, so I kind of had someone that I could actually talk to. So I called him up. I said, listen, I found out that you were in my upline. I got onto this with this girl across the street. She's in your downline. I said, listen, I need some advice. Either I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do it. And the way I'm doing it doesn't work for me. I need to do something different. And that's when he showed me the power of the challenge packs. And, that led me to more where I wanted to be. I done lost weight. 40 something pounds. So I could relate to that better. So for me, it was to go that route. And that's what I did. So I went after the challenge pack route. I started doing free challenges because that's what my coach was doing. I started out with a 30-day plank. I invited all these weird people that I didn't know. And honestly, what happened was most of them joined. They didn't all come, but they all joined. But what made it successful was me going out and messaging to them and say, hey, I sent you an invite. I don't know you, but hey, why don't you come try it out? We're going to be doing 30-day planks. And I kind of just shared my story with them. And then they go, okay, well, how do I sign up? And I just copied and pasted and put the link in there again, and basically brought them back into the group that I was doing for the free event. Well, as people started coming in, I started asking them if they knew people to bring into the event. If they brought people, I would give them points. I started finding out this whole point thing, just making it a game. And so that's what I did. I made it a game. I made a point scale. I posted it in there. And then people started bringing people in. And then what happened was, as they started coming in, I started friending them. So as I started friending them in the free group, that gave me more people to talk to. And then what I started doing from there was friending their friends and then inviting them too. You know, before I knew it, I had all these people that I had in my first event. That was like 89 people that I wind up coming in, but I wound up inviting like 600 people somehow. I don't know how 600 people got invited, but we had 600 people invited. 89 came in, and probably about 60 of them were active. And they were posting every day. I did the point scales. I mean, it really worked. So, you know, during this process, my very first week, my sister-in-law, it's my brother's wife's sister is what it is, I guess. And she came to me and basically messaged me and saw my transformation and just told me, you know, she said, listen, I'm having a hard time. I have, you know, a lot of, you know, physical problems. I can't even go outside without a mask on. She couldn't even go outside without a mask. So, you know, I told her about Shakeology, and I told her, you know, what it's really done for us. And I know I haven't talked about that, but Shakeology has changed our life too. But I shared that with her, and then, you know, basically she just took my word for it because she knew me, she liked me, and she trusted me. That's what this is about. Finding people that can like you, that trust you, and that will take your advice and use it and then benefit them. And that's where the power comes from. Well, you know, like I said, she couldn't go outside. She couldn't cut the grass. She couldn't do anything without a mask. And if she tried to work out, she would work out for 5 minutes and quit because her body wouldn't allow her to do it. She was taking Advil, probably about 3 or 4 Advils every 4 or 5 hours for her stomach pain that she was getting. And then also she was having issues with her gallbladder, I think, something like that. But anyway, she was drinking a lot of pops and Monsters and things like that. So what I did was I just basically got her off that, got her on Shakeology, got her in a program, and I said, look, try this for a week. Let's see how it goes, and then we'll go from there. So basically she got on it. She tried it for a week. She calls me up. She says, listen, you know, I've been trying to do this workout. I could do it a little bit more, but the Shakeology thing you gave me has totally changed my life. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I took it for the first week, and I have so much more energy. I'm able to go outside and cut the grass without a mask on. I haven't taken the Tylenol all week, and I have not had migraines all week, simply from having Shakeology. So by getting her involved and just allowing her to try the product and her seeing her own results just within a week, she was sold, totally sold. And then, you know, so that justified and verified for me that what we were doing here was even more powerful than what I really imagined, because we were able to change somebody's life just that quick. And, you know, so that empowered me to feel stronger about what I was doing. And I felt more confident. So I was able to go out and be confident when I was actually starting to talk to people. Well, you know, the person I'm talking about, she's actually one of my top coaches right now. She like she said, Stephanie said, she reached Diamond in 30 days because she went out, she shared her story, and people started saying, hey, you know what, how do I get involved? Or what do I do? Because they knew what kind of issues she was going through. And she just started signing people up as coaches. She didn't even know what she was doing. She was like, well, I thought we were supposed to sign them up as discount coaches. I'm like, well, all right, keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop what you're doing. And we'll just go from there. We'll figure out who's going to do who. And so basically, she just kept bringing people in. And, you know, she reached, by the way, she reached Success Club 24 this month, just so you guys know. And she hasn't stopped since. But, yeah, she just keeps bringing people in just on her story. She wrote out her story. She took the scripts that I was using, and she just started using her own story in there. And then what happened was people started relating to her because all her friends and all her family knew who she was. They trusted what she said. So they got on board quick. And now they're all seeing results. She's got her own challenge group going, and she's actually showing them how to do it. And now they're all starting to really grow. So, but I mean, this is the power of these free challenge groups. This is the power of what we have here that we're allowed to be able to present to people. And what we want to do is we want to keep creating that for ourselves. So through this free event, I was able to pull out 2 people out of 89 people. I was brand new. I brought on 2 people as a coach. I still got both of them on. One of them's just a discount coach, and the other one's a powerhouse. Okay, so there you go. I've got one powerhouse. She's passed me up. I was still an emerald when she almost got diamond. I literally was like, she was too fast. So what I had to do was I had to step up my game at this point. So I went from the free challenge, and I started moving people into another challenge. Well, that was a 5-day challenge, and it bombed, totally bombed. Nobody showed up. I had maybe 2 people come in and say thanks, but that grocery list is too long. And for me, I was like, well, I go from success to this, and it's like it hit me hard. My as a guy, it's kind of like, hey, what's going on here? But I let it go, and I just kept moving. I moved on to the next step, and for me, it was just inviting people. I said, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with the free stuff. For me, it was like, why not just go after people and see what happens? So I just started going out and reaching out to people and saying, talking to them. And then I get into a conversation, and then I just invite them. And again, I didn't know what I was doing at this point. I was just trying to catch up to Candace at this point because I felt like, hey, I'm her coach, and she's done passed me up, and I look crazy. So I wanted to catch up. I wanted to be a leader that I could be, and I know I could be. So I made a point to buckle down and send out invites. And what I did was I started sending out invites every single day, and I sent out probably about 60 to 70 invites every day. So yeah, I literally sat here for hours sending out invites because I knew that if I could just get one person, I could just keep going. And and I didn't do any personal development this time. I was like everybody else thinking, personal development, it's not for me. I'm okay. I just need to get this done. This is what I need to do. Well, as I started getting more no's, and people started saying, this is, I don't even know you, and things like that. I ran into every freaking comment, especially being a guy, and I had I was going after women, and it wasn't my niche. It was a bunch of different things that I didn't learn because I didn't know any better. And, so I started reaching out and trying to talk to different people and get ideas, but it still didn't help me. So what I did was I started watching videos. I went to YouTube. You guys know you can find YouTube videos with all the leaders. Shh, don't tell nobody because they are there. But you can find everything you want to find on YouTube. All the leaders, they put it out there for you. If you just go look, type in whatever you want to find, and one leader has talked about it at least once. Find somebody that you're going to relate to and follow them. And then just continue to do the things that they're doing. That's all you got to do. And so that's what I did. I grabbed a couple people. Anita. Anybody know Anita Myron? Nah, right? Nobody knows her. But yeah, that's who I went after. I went after Anita Myron. She had all the videos and but she's a woman. And I'm a guy. So I had to figure out how I could take what she's doing and use it for me. So, long story short, I got into it. I started doing different things, and I started figuring out how to use Anita's stuff and a couple other people. Caleb, anybody know Caleb? There you go. I can't make videos like Caleb, but I figured if I make videos, I could probably get somebody to watch. So I started making videos. Well, as I started doing all these things, it started making me feel more confident and more like a leader because now I'm doing the things that the leaders are doing. So why am I not a leader too? I've got someone that's killing it now. I'm helping her. So it just started bringing out the person that I knew I could be. And when that started happening, then I noticed by the post that I was doing that it was allowing me to you're throwing me off, okay? But it allowed me to see things differently. It allowed me to be the leader that I knew I could be, but also it showed me that there's other ways to do this business than just the way that some people were telling me to do. And so what I did was I came back, I reevaluated, I wrote my scripts out, and I started trying to figure out what I could send these people and get more results. Well, I started sending those invites out more, 70 invites, and I started getting more people coming back through. But what changed for me was when I started posting more. When I started learning that if I posted anywhere from 3 to 5 times, and you guys heard this before, 3 to 5 times a day, I could get more people seeing my stuff. Well, by doing that, I started learning that, you know, if I post more, people see my face more, I start branding myself. Now these people start to see my face, they know who I am, and then when I send them a message, they go, hey, that's Jesse, I remember that face, I've seen him on Facebook, what does he want? And then they answer me. And then they're a little bit more reluctant to talk to me about what I have to offer, because what they do is as soon as you send them a message, they go check your Facebook page and they see what you're posting. And then they say, hey, this guy's about fitness. This guy's about personal development. This guy knows what he's talking about. This stuff is pretty good. Let me see what this guy has to say. He might have something to help me with. So this is something that you want to think about. You want to be constantly posting. You want to constantly be sending out your invites. And what happens, all this stuff meshes together because it allows you to build you as a brand. It allows you to other people to see you for who you really are and as a leader. And the thing is, by posting every day and being consistent and being available to these people when they need you. And what I mean by that is when I get up in the morning, instead of me going and reading the paper or watching the news that, you know, that says the same crap every day anyway, I go and I pick a couple people, leaders, and I follow their page and I see what they post, and they're posting stuff that's keeping me motivated. You know, it's something that we go to rely on and we count on. And, you know, as someone that is producing this content, I want to give value. So if I'm not showing up in my business every day and giving that value, I'm doing my people that are following me a disheartening. I'm really making it to where I'm not allowing them to not only be a better person, but get the news that they're used to getting. It's like, you know, turning on the TV and you got nothing. So, you know, if you're treating your business like a business and you're running your Facebook page like a storefront, then when those people come to your store, you want to have that open sign open. You don't want to have it closed, and what happens is they're going to leave and they're not going to come back because they're not going to trust you anymore. So now you done lost your trust. So by just doing the things consistently every single day, posting every day, and sending out your invites and talking to people and making sure that you're creating value, not just any old post. And I know some people out there are still posting this way. You're going out and you're finding stuff on Google that says all these little cool quotes and you post it. Nobody cares about that. They want to see your face. So take a picture of yourself, turn your freaking phone around, look at yourself, take the picture. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you look like, just smile. It's all you got to do is smile. You smile, you take a picture, and you put that content that you just found right there on that page on your picture, and you post it. That's it. You're done. And then what happens is you've created something that has value. You've given them your value of you. It's like you saying it. By giving them that picture with that little comment or quote next to you, it's like you're saying that and you're giving them value. And that right there is going to be so strong for you. It's going to completely turn your business around when you start doing these things. When you start making videos, listen, go write something out. If you have a hard time making a video, use your cell phone. Everybody's got video on their cell phone. Go write something out, a quote that you find on Google, write it down, hold it in front of your phone where they can't see it if you don't want them to know that you're doing it, and read it. That's all you do. Just read it. You just did a quote and you gave them value, total value. They don't know. They don't know what you're doing. All they see is your face. Go do that. It doesn't matter. If you're having a hard time figuring out what to say, just go do these things. And I'm telling you, you post that, you're becoming a leader just by doing this. And eventually, as you start to do it, you start to memorize these quotes that you do, and you start to put things together, and you start to be able to create more content from these little quotes that you can put out there whenever you feel like. So now you're cutting down your time that you're spending trying to find all this stuff, because you can just do a quick video and post it. Now you have more time to focus on your invites, because you're spending this time out here looking on Google when you could just be putting a video out there talking about anything. It doesn't matter. It's just as long as you're putting it out and giving someone value. Also, do your workouts. Video it. It doesn't matter what you look like. Put clothes on. Put all kinds of clothes on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you're working out, you're doing something. They're probably sitting in their chair or on the couch watching you do it. You're doing more than they are. You're inspiring them. You're giving them value. That's all you got to do. Just do something. Take a picture. Hey, if you haven't seen my videos yet, go watch my videos with size. I'm dancing. I don't care. I put it out there. I don't care. It's what we're doing, and we're having a good time doing it. We're dancing. You know, Victor knows all about dancing. Victor, seriously, let's get it done, man. I mean, let's get out there, guys. Make videos, make pictures. Do whatever you can do to get these people interested in what you're doing, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like, because you are doing way more than they are at this point, so you are giving them something that they can inspire to be. Okay, I guarantee you by doing this stuff, you're going to have more people liking your stuff, you're going to have more people commenting on your stuff, and you're going to have value just coming out your ears. I'm serious. Take pictures of your food. I take a picture of myself with some kind of weird food sitting in front of me. You know, my wife makes it. I don't make it. My wife's awesome at it. You know, she makes the food. I take the pictures. I mean, it's honestly, that's what I do. And I put it on Facebook, and then I get a lot of comments. Wow, what's the recipe? You know, this is what people, and now you're getting people involved, and they're in the conversation. Now they're building conversation, which is growing your percentage on Facebook and making your posts pop up even more. So, you know, if you can do anything, post 3 to 5 times a day. I just gave you 5 things to do. And if you did that every single day, you would get so many people involved in what you're doing, as well as they would see you as a leader because you're consistent. So they know they can trust you. They know they can trust your value because you're constantly doing it. You're doing the same thing every day. You're working out. You're being a product of the product. 3 vitals. You're giving value, and you're showing up every day. I mean, that's enough right there that most people don't do. So it will allow you to be more successful when you go and send out your invites. Because these people are thinking, you know, I can talk to this person because they're doing it. They're out there making it happen. When you start posting your before and afters, and I don't know why you're not, because if you do, you're going to get so much value out of that. They're going to be like, you know, every time I post a picture of myself, I want to post another one because it gets so many people liking it and commenting on it. I'm like, oh my God, I want to do this again. But, you know, obviously we can't do that. So but that's my favorite part, because it shows what we've done, what we've created, what we've, you know, been why we're here. And we're here to help people change their lives, but we're here to help change our own lives as well and make ourselves better for not only us, but for our families. And give this, you know, this freaking crazy obesity issue we got going on a kick in the butt. You know, I mean, that's what we're here to do. I mean, I've got one coach on now, and I haven't even talked about it yet. And I don't know how I'm doing through time right now. I know I'm running long, guys, and I've got some more things I want to share. But, you know, I'm just so passionate about this, and that's what I want you guys to be too. I want to give you that enthusiasm, give you the passion that you can take from this call and go and run and do these things, because that's what's going to make you successful. That's why I went from, you know, 0, no coaches, to I'll be star qualified, 2-star qualified in 3 months. 3 months. 2-star qualified because I'm doing these steps every single day. I've got my next coach, who's Kate. Her name's Katie. She went from having 0 coaches and her husband to about to hit diamond in 2 weeks. All right, 2 weeks. She has literally signed up 6 coaches in 1 week. Okay? 6 coaches. Her check, she told me this morning, her check for the next week is like $500 and something. 1 week. Okay, yeah. Yeah, $500 something. And, you know, for me, I'm seeing the value in it. I'm thinking, you know, what am I doing here? What am I doing? I'm building leaders. How am I building leaders? Because I'm staying consistent. They see this and they see the value in it, and they trust me. They trust that what I'm doing here is working because I brought them in, and now they're seeing the value in doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, because that's what they do. They follow exactly what their leader tells them to do. And it's up to you to be a leader. You have to be the leader. You have to show that you have the confidence that what you're doing works, but matters. And when you show that, your people are going to love you. They're going to follow you. They're going to do everything you ask them to do. And the cool thing about it is you're building leaders so you can send them off and be independent, because now they feel confident because they know that this works. They know that they can build this on their own, which leads me into building leaders. All right. And I'm going to go into this real quick because I know we're short on time. So obviously we want to make sure we go over our 3 vitals, guys. 3 vitals. Make sure you're doing that every day. Personal development. I've got a couple books here that I push out to my emeralds. This is what I do. I send it out to my emeralds. The very first book, that's Go for No and The Compound Effect. That's the very first one, because I know those 2 books are the 2 things that they're going to run into when they first start building their business. All right. And being able to stay focused and continue to do the same invites every day by using these 2 books, I give them that value to continue. And when they see me doing the exact same thing every day, that shows them that this works. So I'm going to keep doing this. And then when I fall back, I'll go read some more personal development. That's what I do. Even today, I go back and I'll listen to Go for No and Compound Effect. And I probably got it memorized mostly because, it's just because when I get in those ruts, I need these things. I need these things to help keep me going, to know that if I consistently do these things, that I'm going to get value out of it. All right, so moving on. The next book I would suggest doing, awesome book, is Jensen's. I might be saying this wrong, but I don't care. It's an awesome book. It's called You Are a Badass. So, right, ladies. I know the ladies are going to love this, but listen, I thought the same thing, guys. If you're listening on this call, I was like, I don't know about this, but when I got the audio, she's awesome, man. She does some things in an audio and talks crazy, and I love it, so I related to what she talked about. So that's a good book. So also another one you want to get, as you start to progress and become a diamond, what I would suggest you do is get a hold of some books by John C. Maxwell. He's got some amazing leadership stuff. I was listening to it today, matter of fact, and here's a quote. Let me go ahead and tell you some things that I got from him. Leaders who build followers use addition. Leaders who build leaders use multiplication. Does that make sense? So basically, when you start to become a leader and you start to build your people, and if you're building followers, then you're building people that need you. When you build leaders who are multiplicated, or are they able to multiply themselves, you want to build leaders who succeed you. So, and let me just break it down real quick. So basically, leaders who build followers build people who need you. But leaders who build leaders who succeed you. So does that make sense? So basically, if you're out there and you're building followers, all you're doing is finding people that's going to need you to be around, and you don't want that. You want to have someone that you can set up, allow them to be a leader, and walk away. Because once you do that, your business will start to grow and multiply, and that's where it all comes into effect. Moving on. Good book, great guy. He's awesome. Branding. Let me get into branding real quick. You want to make sure you're branding. Make sure you're setting up your stuff professionally. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to spend a lot of money. But if you go get your Facebook stuff done, you can go to canvas.com. Canvas.com is CANVAS.com. And you can do anything in there for free. They've got some stuff you pay for, but mostly free stuff that you can do for Facebook posts, Facebook headers, YouTube headers. Anything that you want to do, you can go in there and do it. And that's what I did all my stuff with. It looks professional enough anyway, for when somebody comes to your page and they see it, then they feel like they're getting somebody that, is being professional, they're showing up, they're being consistent, and they're going to trust you more. Now, if you're putting some weird pictures up there and you're, you giving some peace signs or something, I mean, obviously people are going to look at you that way. So these are the things that you have to think about when you're out there posting and the things that you're doing. Yeah, it's fun, but you're building a business And you want to build a business and you want to have people that follow you who connect to you. If you're connecting to people that are, they're not into even building a business, then that's what you're going to get. They're going to follow you and you're going to be stuck with them. You're going to be trying to send invites to these people and get them to join your business. And they're going to be like, hey, man, nah, I'm good, man. So, these are the things you got to think about when you're building your business. You got to stay away from the negative stuff that's going to keep your business down and brand yourself. And those are the people who are going to relate to you and you're going to attract to you. And they're going to sign up just like that. That's why I've got 2 all-stars right now, because they're just like me and they're rocking it. And I don't even talk to them very often, but they're rocking it. So, that's pretty much, I'm going to cut the rest of it short because I know we're running short on time. So basically, when you guys are out there as leaders, make sure you're getting your GSR calls in. Make sure you're following up. The reason I went to Emerald in 1 day is because I had a strategy. If you use that same strategy for your people and you just let them know that all they have to do is find one person that they could change their life and help them, then they can open their business. That's it. One person. And that becomes infectious. And then it gives you the boost to create more. Because once you get that one person that you really truly change their life, that's addictive. And then when you start to feel that, you start to want to do more. You want more of it. And by inspiring other people through your inspiration, you start to build more. You start to build a real business of helping people. And it's just like Carl Deichler says, we're an MLH business, guys. And I know you guys have heard that before. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help people. If you push that first, all the other stuff will come second. Yes, all these other things I'm talking about are important for you to stay professional, stay business, stay consistent. But when it all comes down to it, if you stay genuine and you want to help people, no matter what you do, you're going to be successful. Okay? I hope you guys got some value out of this. I know I talk a lot. I get on my team calls and they shut me down because I have to. So I'm super passionate about this, guys. I could go on forever. But listen, you got to get out there and you got to make this thing happen. This is the best opportunity that has ever came around because what other company is going to allow you to go out, help people, and make a lot of money at it, but feel good about it? There's so many sales jobs out there, but this is so much more than a sales job. We're not selling challenge packs. We're selling a new opportunity to build their life, a new look on how they could be different, and a new way to change their physical life as well as their mental life. So, really, it all comes together. You just got to get out there. You got to be consistent. You got to be able to get past your fear and send out those invites, because as soon as you do, you're going to be successful. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys got some value out of that. Steph, it's up to you guys now.
Awesome. So we had a few questions in our chat while you were going. And first of all, thank you so much for being on our call tonight. Our first question is, how do you build trust? So you talked a lot about trust and how you build that relationship with someone. How do you start building trust from someone you don't even know? Okay.
This is what I would tell you to do. Okay. And I learned this from Miguel. Miguel's on Teen Dynasty. Mm-hmm. All right. Basically, what I would suggest you do, and he has a video. You can go find this video. It's 7 Days to Diamond. All right. It's Miguel. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to even mess it up. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. 7 Days to Diamond is with Scotty Hobbs. They did an awesome webinar on it. So basically, what he says is, if you want to go to Diamond in 7 days, what you need to do is you need to go out and talk to your family. Get your mom, your dad on board. Say, listen, I'm doing this brand new business opportunity. I'm super excited. I want to change my life. I want you to come with me. I want you to be part of this because it's super, super important. Get them on board. Now you got 1 or 2 people already signed up your Emerald. 1 day, boom. That could be your wife too. Take your wife, or your husband and sign them up. They don't have to be part of the business, but sign them up. Who cares? Because that's what's going to help you down the line. You're going to make so much more money anyway by doing it. And when you understand that and you see the value in it, you're going to do it anyway. You don't have to purchase anything yet, but sign them up. I would even, I would sign them up and not purchase anything until I got my other person, period. That's just a better business sense. But yeah, sign up your parent. Now you've got 1 or 2 people signed up. You're an emerald. At this point, all you got to do is go out and find 6 people. All right, 6 people. So what I would suggest doing is going out, posting on your wall. All right, post on your wall, and then go after you post, go find 20 people that's in your friends thing, in your friends list, and start talking to them. Section them out. All right. So think about it for the week. Who am I going to talk to this week? So I write out their names. These are the people on my Facebook, and I'm going to go talk to these people this week. I'm going to build relationships with these 20 people. Okay. Not your whole Facebook thing, not all your people you're going through, but 20 people. Everybody can do this. You go find 20 people and you start building conversation. And what I mean by conversation, I don't mean just go and, just say, awesome pick, whatever, we all do it. I did it. So basically you want to go build a conversation, give some value to their post. And when you do that, they're going to say something back and you build that conversation. When you start building those conversations in those posts, it brings your infinity up with those people. So when you start posting on your wall for 3 to 5 times, they're going to be the first ones to see it. So now you're starting to connect these links. These people and these 20 people you're talking to, you're getting them value. Plus you're talking to them, you're building trust. They're starting to like you. They're starting to see your stuff, your value, your content. And now you're starting to win them over. So what do you think is going to happen when that week's up and you've already built all this credibility up and you say, hey, look, I've got this challenge group thing going on. You're the first person I thought of. What do you think? You think it'd be something you'd be interested in? You know anybody be interested in it? I guarantee you they're either going to give you someone or they're going to say, yeah, tell me more about it. By doing these little things like that, you're not spending more time than you're spending in any way. Scrolling your feeds. I know somebody's doing it. All right, so stay off the feed no matter what. And I'm not saying go find 20 people and do their feed. I'm talking about pick out 20 people and write them down. So all you have to do is take their name, type it in the little Facebook thing, and pull them up and say something. Stay away from the feeds. That's just a waste of time. Okay? Some people, they'll go on those feeds because I got coaches that do it and I have to get on them. They'll go and they'll just scroll the feeds and try to type on everybody's stuff. That's a waste of time. You're not sexing people out. You're not targeting people. Okay? What you're doing is you're throwing stuff at the wall hoping it sticks. So stop doing that. Stay off the feed. You're wasting time and it's not getting you anywhere. So target, make everything a target thing that you do. And if you do that, by the time you get done, you're going to have 20 people that are going to trust you. You send out invites. Now you got at least out of 20 people, I guarantee you can get at least 10 people to watch the videos. And out of the 10, you can probably get 2 to probably join. All right? Because you got trust. Well, that's 2 people in 1 week. Okay? 2 people in 1 week. If you do this every week, that's about 6 people a month. You've hit Success Club. Okay? You got Success Club. You got people in your group. You're running it. Out of those, 6, 8 people that you get, you could probably get one of them to be a coach. Okay, so now you're building 1 coach a month, just on the slow end. I mean, that's I'm giving you low numbers here, guys, low numbers. So just by doing these little things, you're able to do this. This is what I tell my coaches. This is what they're doing. Okay, so yeah, honestly, if you do that, you can reach diamond in no time. Honestly, that's why my girls are killing it. Okay, that's one of the tricks that it's not even a trick, it's just something to think about. It's just, doing things just a little bit different than you're doing now. Putting a little bit more time into the people versus just what you're doing out there. Okay, it's all about the people. Okay, but I think if you guys do that, watch the video too. I'm telling you, you watch that video, it's going to blow your mind.
Awesome. We have one more question if you're willing to take it.
I am totally good.
How long did it take you to find your niche?
Okay. Here's the funny thing. Katie, she's a nurse, right? She's in my medical field. So for me, I still didn't know my niche. I was probably 1-star qualified before I even figured out what my niche was. Honestly, I didn't know what my niche was. I was just trying to figure this stuff out like everybody else. I guess everything was moving so fast that I didn't have time because I just kept doing the things every day. I just knew if I stayed consistent, that everything else would work out. So, as I started going, I started figuring out the the people I started relating to more and I was bringing on as coaches were all in the medical field. And the reason that is because I was in the medical field, so I related to them more. It doesn't matter if they're women. Everybody on my team is a woman. I actually signed up one doctor today, by the way, guys. I signed up a doctor as a coach. As a coach.
That's awesome.
Okay. He is a podiatrist and he understands diabetes and things like that. What I did was I sent him the Shakeology, the 6-day Shakeology, and he was hooked. So, it doesn't have to be a challenge. You don't have to bring people in the challenge group. You can actually find little ways to get people to check things out. And by doing that, you're building something on the side as well as doing what you're doing here. So he joined up today. He's a coach. I've got like 8 people on one leg and 7 people on the other leg right now. And I'm just trying to stay above water and get my qualifications. So, but yeah, I mean, that's what I did. I figured out, after probably about, let's say 2 months now, I'll give you a time limit. Let's say 2 months. It took me 2 months in the business of hardcore, everyday, solid, doing things and figuring it out to figure out my niche. My niche was nurses, overweight people because I related to them. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you, I did 21 day and I lost another 18 pounds. That's 66 pounds total, guys. 66 total. I'm down to I was 158 this morning. So yeah, my wife said, you got to quit. I got to get on performance and start shooting these up, So I'm going to work on that. But Victor, are you asleep, Victor?
No, I'm watching, man. I'm wide awake. I'm holding my tongue back.
All right, so we have to pump this up a little bit, guys. We have to wake Victor up. But yeah, I mean, it took me a little bit of time to figure out my niche. I did, but once I started seeing the people I was bringing in, I kind of figured out. There's people who are overweight. There's people with kids, because I relate to that because I have kids. Women that had babies, I still relate to that because I got a wife that I had to deal with while she was pregnant. So us guys, listen, you have the same thing that these ladies have. You just have to know how to approach it. And listen, we went through this stuff with them, so we can relate to that. So when I say, I tell a girl, she's like, I'm pregnant, I just had a baby, and I'm trying to get rid of the baby weight. I totally can understand because, listen, I had to go through it with my wife. She totally had to do that. So I can relate to that. So that's somebody you can relate to. That's your niche. All right? So don't ever put yourself away from things like that because you are, look in the mirror. Who are you? That's what you need to do. Just look in the mirror and say, who am I? What do I consist of? What is my life like? What do I do every day? What do I like to do? What makes me happy? What makes me excited? What do I like? Am I involved in my family? These are the things that you write down. Just write it all down. And then that's your niche. That's who you go after. And that gives you so much more to go after, and it allows you to expand yourself a little more and know exactly who you can target because you can relate to them. And then when you start talking to them about what they have issues with, then you can relate to it because you have those too. Okay? But that's your niche, guys. Totally.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jesse.
This was amazing.
So
Totally,
awesome.
Absolutely mind-blowing. I cannot wait when this call is over to begin to do the things that you just laid out for us.
Well, I hope that's right. I talk a lot, and I'm sorry. I'm really passionate, guys. So
Wait, no, it's awesome, but I need to ask because I've been watching your size videos. What is your dance background?
Victor. Okay, I used to dance. And I don't tell my people that because I want them to think that they can go do this. If they think I was a dancer, then they're like, oh, he's a dancer. I can't do that. He's doing it. My wife wasn't a dancer. She's doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to dance. I grew up dancing. I was let me just give this to you real quick. So basically, when I was in high school, I started as a half-timer for the, I danced for the basketball games and stuff. So in halftime, we go out and we do a little routine or whatever. And that's when I started dancing. But I got hooked on Michael Jackson when he was, doing the Thriller thing back in the day. And then I went into I used to be into breakdancing a little bit. Victor can, you can relate to what I'm talking about here. So Victor was a big time hip hop breakdancer back in the day. He actually started a bunch of cool moves that I still can't do to this day, man. I was more of a pop and locker, dude. So just keep that in mind. I see your little windmills. So, you know, I couldn't do that stuff. You know, I was more I was into more popping and stuff. So basically, I went from school. I got approached. I was working at a theater, and I got approached by Toby from DC Talk. It's a Christian rap group that was big back in the day. Toby is actually still singing now.
Toby Mac.
Toby Mac, exactly. So if you look him up, Toby Mac, you'll know who I'm talking about. He's all Christian stuff, but he's actually alternative and things, but he's been around for a long time. But basically, DC Talk, we went to the Dove Awards. I was a backup dancer for them, went to the Dove Awards, and at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. You know, I did that back in '91. I actually got the DVD. I've actually got it on video too, so I can't post it. But I was probably 18, 19. But yeah, I mean, and then I started doing other things, you know, and I just started, I was dancing probably until into my 20s. And then life got a hold of me. I went to school and things like that. But yeah, that's my background.
Moves.
Listen, those moves cost me. They really do, because when I first started doing that size, I started feeling it. I was feeling it in my back and everything else. So trust me, I'm feeling it too. Muscles that moved, I didn't even think could still move. They still hurt. So that was it.
Well, thank you so much, Jesse. It's been so awesome hearing you talk. Even coordinating this call got me so pumped up all week. So, I mean,
awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Victor, for joining us too. Love you guys both so much. Love partnering with you guys. It's been awesome.
Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it. And I hope, you know, your people got some value out of it. Again, guys, make sure you listen to these ladies. They know what they're talking about. I mean, congratulations, Stephanie, on your 2-star. That's amazing. You know, I'm hoping to follow in your footsteps. So we're working on it. But yeah, you guys are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're building leaders, and through what you're doing is going to really help other people change their lives. So you guys are amazing. Stay amazing. Seriously.
Thank you, guys. And thank you for everybody who came on the call tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody.
All right. Take care.